If anyone is wanting to let go of any feelings of guilt, shame, or dogma, this is an opportunity for you to work with Anastasha. It'll be, what, 10 to 15 minutes or so, Anastasha, is that right?
Yep.
Yep, okay, so we got Irene there. Thank you, Irene. I'm going to hand you over to the beautiful and amazing Anastasha.
Thank you.
Hey, Irene.
Hi. I don't know what to expect at all, but I'm open.
That's beautiful. Open is the best state. Okay, so Irene, what kind of intentions would you like to set for this session, for this quick session? What is it that you would like to get rid of?
I think for me, like when you said the 3 words, the guilt, shame, dogma, that spoke to me. So the guilt and shame, I actually don't know what dogma means, but the guilt and shame for me does speak to me. So I would love to get rid of that.
Okay, beautiful. All right. Okay, so what I feel in your field, you have quite a bit of fear happening in your own field, like in your just in your awareness, just in your subconscious, basically. It's like your reaction to life and to world is a bit fearful. And guilt and shaming, of course, doesn't help. So first we're gonna go into guilt, and the way I do it, the way I work. So now I am in your field, I am working in your subconscious. Basically, I can pull out of there absolutely anything. And the way I do is I act as a surrogate. If you think kinesiologists work, they would work on your body, and they will ask your body and your subconscious. But when I'm with your permission in your field, I use myself as a surrogate, and I will get all the answers, and I will show you where the pattern is. So the first installment of guilt for Irene was at the age of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 1, 7, 2, 7, 3, 4, 4, 7, 5, 7, 6, 7, 7, 8. So first time it happened was at the age of 7, 8, and the emotion was fire, metal, water, blood, paralyzed. So I'm using a sheet where it's like amongst hundreds of emotions, I find that specific pattern that is for you. So paralyzed wheel, and then I start looking for it in the kind of time space continuum. Paralyzed wheel, linked to money, love, self to others to self. So others to self, role, students, schoolgirl, time, space, energy, so much, not enough. So you're in school. So others to self, others try to. Others, when I say others, it means it's not your mom and dad, brother, sister. It means the people outside of your close circle. And others to self, it means it comes from others to you. They say something, they do something, they try to guilt you. Your body reacts as paralyzed will. So your emotional body got locked in, paralyzed. It is as a fight, flight, a freeze response. You're responding as a freeze. So it's sitting in you, and we're going to release it in a minute. I'm going to find the second one, so I'll find 3. Second installment of guilt for Irene was at the age of 14 and 3. The emotion is 5. So I want to do shock linked to manual. Self to self. Self to self could be 14 and 3, could be you're a teenager, it could be a time where you first, all ladies on a call, you got your period first, or something around that. You're 14 and 3, so it's self to self. You're in life where you go like, again, it's a shock to the system. You look in guilt. It's like, oh, I'm not pure, I'm guilty, I'm not a good girl, I've done something. And third installment of guilt for 14, 15, 16, 17 and 3. The emotion is fire, earth, middle, water, blood, again, paralyzed will. So I can see paralyzed will twice. It tells me my love. Self in situation. So in situation, basically. And I don't need to go very deep into it to find out exactly what. If I start testing, I will tell you exactly what person, uncle, but it just it takes a long time. All we need to is find the emotion. Sorry. Paralyzed will tells me that that's your reaction to life. Is if you get stopped or shocked or frightened, you just go like into paralysis. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna sit here and freeze. So to release that paralyzed will, it's in the blood and meridian, and I will do this for you. Basically, what I hold the meridian, I hold the point, and I invite you to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in and allow your energy to relax. Just say the intentions like, I allow my body to relax.
I allow my body to relax.
Beautiful, beautiful. And shock, emotion of shock is on our solar plexus meridian. So I just massage that. I kind of breathe and touch the meridian, and paralyzed will again, and that is gone. So the way it feels in your energetic field, because we have emotional body, which basically our inner child that goes and collects and holds those programs and trapped emotions that they're in a frozen state. They just go like, oh, and they sit there. So I can literally go into trauma in anybody's life, into specific day, and I will pull out emotions that a person got fixed in that moment. That's why trauma release is so difficult to let go of just through talking or in therapy, because you just talk about it, but it's still in your body, it's still in your emotional field. And when we go into that child is still there in terror. You can, as an adult, if through your mind, you can sit and talk about it forever and ever, and you think that you feel better until you get re-triggered again. But in your case, that child is or in teenager, they're sitting like, oh, okay, I'm actually guilty. I've done something, and it's just not good. And just, can you please say, I'm okay with guilt?
I'm okay with guilt.
Okay, no, you're not. Fire, earth, metal, water, rather pissed off. Okay, can you please say, I forgive myself for all those times I was guilty?
I forgive myself for all those times I was guilty.
Okay, I forgive all those people who guilted me.
I forgive all those people that guilted me.
Okay, beautiful. I'm okay with guilt.
I'm okay with guilt.
I'm okay with no guilt.
I'm okay with no guilt.
I'm innocent.
I'm innocent.
I'm absolutely free from all other people's conditioning.
I'm absolutely free from all other people's conditioning.
I'm free to be myself.
I'm free to be myself.
Okay, beautiful. Can you please say, guilt is just an illusion?
Guilt is just an illusion.
I am an eternal being with the right to express myself.
I am an eternal being with the right to express myself.
Beautiful. Freedom is my birthright.
Freedom is my birthright.
Beautiful. See how you light up? You just go like, yeah, because your energy starts flowing. You just go like, oh my God, that's right. Why do they even buy into that? Because, and of course, a child buys into it. We're little, we collect whatever we're told. And then we have no means of like shedding it off the past. And are we still good on time, Michelle? Okay, good. And we'll do shame. So dogma, basically, dogma is all dogmatic beliefs that we collect. It comes from the church vocabulary, but basically it's all the dogmatic beliefs that you took on from parents or people around you saying like love hurts, world is a tough place, it's either this way or this way, our family is average, we can't do this, money don't go on free. So this is all just black and white beliefs, dogmatic. So then when we release dogma, we can just go like, whew, okay, well, I'm going to create my own beliefs now about this life because I'm a powerful creator, I'm a powerful being. I don't need to follow other people's stuff. It's their stuff, let them be. So you can just kind of like a coach, you take it off and go like, whew, okay, that was heavy. So shame, first and foremost, shame for Irene was the age of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 1, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10, 4, 10, 5, 10, 6, 10, 7, 10, 7. And it doesn't matter if you don't remember. Fire, earth, metal, legislation, dogma, guilt. So it doesn't matter if you don't remember because your subconscious does, it's located, it just goes like a locator, it goes like boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's, and once it becomes visible, it dissolves. It only runs you, any shadow runs you until you hide from it or you don't see it. As soon as it becomes visible, it's just like, oh, okay, well, I can totally let go of that. Guilt, money, love, self to others. So again, it shows me that your relationship with others, so it's not kind of mom, dad, it's other people that you have problems with. They are causing you a bit of distress sometimes. Second installment of shame was the age of 10, 11, 12, 13, 31, 32, 33, 33, the emotions, fire, earth, water, blood, paralyzed will again. Paralyzed will linked to money, love, self situation, and third installment of shame at the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 1, 2, 3. What happened at the age of 17 and 3? First love, losing virginity, something like that.
Yeah, it would be first love. Yeah.
Water, blood, pissed off.
Yes.
Okay, so to release guilt, okay, no, that's legend stem. So it's a lung meridian. It's just here. So we hold the point and you take deep breath and you just feel how it just peels off your body and how free you are and how amazing it is to be without any guilt or shame, and you don't even actually need it because it doesn't serve you. It's absolutely useless. And we're releasing paralyzed will and releasing the emotion of pissed off. Okay, can you please say, I'm not ashamed of who I am?
I'm not ashamed of who I am.
Okay, and as you can see, I tested. So if it breaks, there's still some loop, some kind of programming underneath. Things you're not ashamed. It's beautiful. Can you please say, I'm proud of who I am?
I'm proud of who I am.
Beautiful. I am not ashamed of my sexuality.
I'm not ashamed of my sexuality.
Fire, earth, metal, water, blood, pissed off. Okay, so something happened. Pissed off that got that glitch around the sexuality. Whew, can you please say, I'm a woman?
I'm a woman.
I'm a beautiful woman.
I'm a beautiful woman.
I am a sexual woman.
I am a sexual woman.
I'm a free woman.
I'm a free woman.
I have a right to love.
I have a right to love.
I deserve to be loved.
I deserve to be loved.
Beautiful. I deserve to receive everything in this life and more.
I deserve to receive everything in this life and more.
Beautiful. I'm okay with shame.
I'm okay with shame.
I'm okay with no shame.
I'm okay with no shame.
Okay. I am free from any restraints that I had before.
I am free from any of the restraints I had before.
Beautiful. Nice. Oh, the energy flowing. Oh, so good. I feel lightheaded. This is nice. So, because I feel your energy. I feel every
Yeah.
emotion basically that you have experienced, because I circle them through my body. So with shame and guilt more, we open up more to deservability. We deserve more. We can more things attract to us. We're like, oh yes, of course I want to have it, and I will have it. But when you have a shame and guilt program, and it's like, I don't really deserve it. Like this little girl would be goes like, oh, I've been bad. Yeah. So you're really good now. Shame and guilt is gone. So you will feel different relationship inside of you, and you will see when people try to use it on you, and you will be detached from it.
Lovely, thank you. I actually feel different, and it's funny when you brought up those 3 areas. I actually specifically remember what happened at each of those times. So it's like, oh yeah, that was really dramatic for me. So yeah, it's huge.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Irene, for, I know it was a gift to you, but thank you for sharing that with us on this call. And thank you, Anastasia, for taking Irene through that journey. Now, we've got a few minutes left, but before we finish up, what I'd like to do, Irene, is just invite you maybe to share the before and after. So how did you feel before when Anastasia brought up the guilt and shame, and what inspired you to put your hand up, and how do you feel now?
Yeah, sorry, I feel really really emotional. Happy. But before it was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do it, but I just had something saying, just do it. Like, you just don't do things for yourself. I was like, okay, look, I'm just going to go. I don't know what's there, but because when Anastasia was talking about those 2 words, I thought, oh my gosh, that's me. It's holding me back. And yeah, so when Anastasia went to the ages and to what it was, it's like, oh my gosh, I so get it. And it's just shaped who I am. So if I could just quickly share what it was. One of them, I was in primary school with my best friend, and we were meant to go away together to her auntie who lives in Sydney, and we lived in the Central Coast. It was such a big trip. And I was so scared to go. And last minute I said, no, I'm not going. And she was so angry at me. And I felt like I could never accept anyone's invitation to go anywhere after that, because in case I said no. And it really limited what I did as a kid. Like, I was always then just stayed around family, which probably made me more introverted. But yeah, just letting that go. It's like, oh, it's not me feeling guilty. So that was one. But the one, oh my gosh, at 14, I didn't get my period. That was my big thing. For 2 years, I didn't get it. And my hymen was completely blocked, and I was getting sicker and sicker. And the girls at school would tease me because I didn't have my period. And I ended up having an operation, and I had all of the internal bleeding inside. So that was my massive shock, was that, oh, I can't even be normal and get a normal period. So that really restricted me. And it, again, made me not able to share even with my best friends that this is what was happening at the time. But my parents were overseas at the time, and that was a really scary time for me. So yeah. And the 17 one was my first love, who was ridiculous. I don't know why I loved him, but he ended up kissing me in front of all of our friends. And that was my guilt and shame and things like that. And yeah, I was really pissed off with how he did it. So it was kind of really, yeah, a bit crass. So yeah, now I just feel like, oh my gosh, it's not me. All this stuff was holding me back. And I don't know, I can't explain it, but it feels a lot more colourful and lighter. And oh, I just want to hug Anastasia. Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, lovely.
Thank you for sharing that, Irene. Honestly, and I don't know if any of the other ladies on the call relate to anything that you said, but certainly guilt and shame, as Anastasia mentioned, it's something that comes into our being at a very young age. And for you to be open enough, for you to be vulnerable, to share that, to be in that space with Anastasia, I'm sure every one of the ladies on this call will join me in saying thank you. Thank you, Irene.
Yeah, as Michelle mentioned, I went through quite a bit of a journey in 2000. I've been in self-development, self-search, and self-discovery for many years. Since I was 17, I was really deep into self-improvement and self-mastery. And I got even deeper after my divorce in 2014. Before, I lived pretty much a very normal life. I was married, I had family, kids, job, work, we had a family business. And 2014, I dived deep right in into the healing, into subconscious, into NLP, energy practices. Tantra was one of them, basically mostly for myself, but then I just came to the point where I started working with people. It's just with anything, once you fill up, you start overflowing. I'm a spiral practitioner, a hypnotherapist, soul regressionist. I work with many areas of life with people. My favorite one, I guess, is love, relationships, sexuality, well-being. So opening yourself up as a human being, releasing those patterns, releasing subconscious conditioning that we have received from early age. Because as soon as a child is born, we are born in a talking world. We are born with our full potential, with our full self-expression, with our full energy field. Like, if you look at a child, they're fully expressive, they express their emotions, what they want, they go and take what they want. But slowly we start dimming down, and kind of, and 99% of us are walking around with like a crust around our being, around our it's amazing light that we each of them of us are. And my job is to remove that crust so that sun and so that light can come out. And one of the areas I do love working is love and relationships. Love and relationship has always been my huge favorite subject. I've spent after divorce, I spent like 4 years researching why it has happened the way it has, why the love kind of starts off with this amazing boom and ends with a mega crash, like destroying everything in between. I wrote a book about relationships, and also tantric practices and self-discovery, self-clearing helped me a lot on my path. And I'm now in absolutely incredible, amazing relationship for almost three years now. And as I said, I do work with people pretty much in all areas of their lives, but as well as opening heart or healing heart, coming back to yourself, finding that zest or finding that love in life, and coming back to discovering or coming back to your sexuality, coming back to who you are, because we are an energy being. Whatever flows through us is our life force, and any kind of suppression, any kind of repression or fixating it, that stops the flow and cuts us off from all those possibilities and all those manifestations that we can be in the world, and all those expressions that we can be in the world. So the freer we are, the more we come out from the brain and move into the body, move into the flow, move into the energy, the better and more amazing things we can create. Meantime, you can just go into my website at anastashagrace.com, and you will find programs that I offer. I offer programs for men and for women, and my programs are usually 3 months, eight sessions minimum. So we are on a journey together for like good 3 months. And what I do in a session is basically I connect to the client to acquire subconscious, and I start testing and start finding what is it in the programming that stops them. For example, so like the spiral program, which is eight sessions, we go through 23 main emotions or main patterns in life, and we start with base chakra, first level, clearing guilt, shame, and dogma, because the guilt, shame, that's what holds us in a heavy energy. And we all have this program in our inner child, emotional field, emotional body. We all been little, we all done things wrong, we all broken stuff, we all like made mistakes, and we all been like, you're a bad girl, you're a bad boy, how could you do this, don't do this, like mommy doesn't like it, and so on and so forth. So that program, disease, in our subconscious records everything 24/7, 365 days a year. So you have in your computer, you have programs you have no idea about. So that's, I guess, that's what my work is all about. So we go into the program of guilt, and we remove that, we release that, so that that program does not run you anymore. So if next time at work someone's trying to kind of put guilt you on something, and go, oh, why don't you do this, that just do this for me, and using like manipulation or guilt or shame, you will not be attached to that. You'll be like, no, I'm sorry, I have no time for this, my boundaries are this strong, I have these standards, I'm gonna go do my things. With person with low boundaries, or with program running, will get hooked on some other people's manipulations, or get reactive, or get upset, or get energy drained, or again, your individual pattern is your individual pattern.